Good evening, everyone. I'm Kendall, Tenney, live on the Las Vegas Strip. 300,000 people are jamming this area for America's Party 2004, and the security is unprecedented. We're going to have more on that and complete coverage of the festivities and the $500,000 fireworks show. You'll have the best seat in the house by sitting right where you are. Stay tuned.
New Year's Eve in the city of entertainment. A fireworks spectacular that will dazzle the crowd. America's Party 2004 starts right now with special celebrity guest appearances by Mr. Las Vegas himself, Wayne Newton, Carrot Top, Brian Boitano, the Chippendales, and the world's greatest magicians. And your News 3 crews along the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street Experience. Gerard Ramalho and Steve Crupi, Mitch Roberts, Dr. Jim Siebert, and Alicia Jacobs. Please welcome your host for this evening, Beth Fisher and Kendall Tenney.
America's Party 2004. I'm Beth Fisher along with my partner, Kendall Tenney.
And we are coming to you live from Margaritaville at the Flamingo. Brand new restaurant just opened up, so they're having a big party here tonight, and we're part of it.
We are having a great time down here, and I have to tell you, the crowds are incredible. I don't know that I've ever seen crowds like this down here.
You know, last year we were a little bit farther down. You were closer to Caesar's Palace,
right,
and it was jam-packed, but I dare say it's more crowded this year, and certainly the security is tighter.
It's incredible, and we'll be covering all of those angles for you in this newscast, and of course we'll have the fireworks show for you coming up at midnight, and for that reason we will have a countdown on your screen so that you can see exactly when the fireworks extravaganza will kick off. The Strip is packed tonight with a whole lot of crowds, and what you're looking at here are some of them. Fremont Street Experience was a great place to be when the millennium hit, and Kendall and I were there when the year 2000 rung in.
Yeah, big crowd then, and of course a big crowd now. You're taking a look at all the different cameras we have all over the valley tonight, and we are going to have complete coverage of the big fireworks show as well. We talked about the security, 6,500 security guards at hotels around the valley and 1,000 police officers lining the Strip. Everywhere you look, you can see a Metro officer.
And of course, the FAA ordered a no-fly zone within, well, now until 3 o'clock in the morning, within a huge distance around McCarran Airport, and of course that includes the Strip as well, so you will not see any pictures from Sky 3 tonight.
Let's go up to the Voodoo Lounge where Steve Crupi is standing by, and Steve, up there is where they're coordinating the big fireworks show.
That's right. This is perhaps the best place in town to see the show, and of course this is all happening amid some unprecedented security. From up here we've got a great view of what's been going on. Down on street level we've been seeing Metro police officers block off traffic. One of the places that they started was Flamingo and I-15. That's where traffic was diverted beginning around 6:30 tonight, and shortly after that we saw a number of armed military helicopters patrolling the skies over the Las Vegas Strip, and then shortly after that we took a tour up here to the 52nd floor of the Rio Hotel. That's where the pyrotechnicians have all their equipment getting ready to launch tonight's big show. 65,000 shells are ready to be launched. They say the weather is looking pretty good. They don't want it to get too windy, but the wind right now is incredibly calm. They say this is perfect weather for the big fireworks show. It's less than an hour away, but the big party really is starting to brew down on the Strip. For that, let's switch down to our reporter Gerard Ramalho at Caesar's Palace.
Well, Steve, it is quite a party down here. Everyone just now starting to show up, having a good time as we enter this final hour before the new year. Of course, putting a party like this together is not an easy task, and this year, especially with all the terror concerns, security was perhaps the biggest challenge on all this. But tonight, police have put together quite a security force to make sure that everything goes as planned. It is a carefully orchestrated plan. First, the barricades are positioned. Then come the officers on foot, on horseback, and on bicycles.
I think it's actually awesome because they're protecting us.
No, it's awesome.
Police units are also out sniffing for bomb-making materials and helping with crowd control. And something new this year, Metro received these portable bulletproof lookout towers, courtesy Nellis Air Force Base.
This will help us spot people who are causing trouble, suspicious people, people doing anything they shouldn't be doing.
The trouble started early for these would-be street vendors. They didn't have a business license to sell their glow sticks, and suitcases are not allowed on the strip. Then this guy was stopped and searched after he tried to harass a group of demonstrators.
Actually, it's better to have them there. I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, then you really don't worry about them, but it's nice to have them there.
Yeah.
Police are confident they have the night covered from just about every angle. They say they do their job so that everyone else can sit back and enjoy the party. And so far, Metro tells us they've had about 19 arrests for drunk and disorderly conduct. In fact, we just witnessed a fight out here, and that person who caused that incident was quickly arrested as well. So far, though, no major incidents to report. We hope that it stays that way for the rest of the night. My colleague Mitch Roberts is also out tonight. He's at the Fremont Street Experience. And first of all, Mitch, Happy New Year to you. And I understand that you have the mayor with you. Happy New Year to you as well, Mayor.
Welcome, guys, to Fremont Street Experience. We're joined by the Honorable Mayor Oscar Goodman. Oscar, we saw you yesterday all over the national TV, letting everybody around the country know that it's still okay to come and there weren't any real serious concerns security-wise. Do you still feel that way less than an hour before?
I believe it more than ever. Believe me, if they had anything that was specific to Las Vegas, I would never allow my people to come down here. But this is such a great party, and everybody is so well behaved, and it's so peaceful. It's perfect for Las Vegas.
You know, on the strip, it's nice and everything, but $200 for a party, $500 for a hotel room. I mean, this has got to be the place to party on a budget.
I'm not getting into the money part of it, but I'll tell you, this is where the people are. They're as cool as it gets. They are what we're all about in Las Vegas, having a good time.
Well, listen, Happy New Year to you, and thank you very much for joining us.
A healthy, Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. There's the mayor, Oscar Goodman. Right now, we're going to take it back over in the center of the strip, the center of the action, Beth and Kendall. Back to you guys.
All right, Mitch, thank you very much. And I have an idea Mitch is going to have a hard time hearing tomorrow.
I was going to say only the mayor would say this is peaceful.
Anything but, at least down there. And as you can see on the strip, as we've shown you from pictures, it is crowded and loud. One of the things Beth talked about earlier was the airspace and how it's been restricted to commercial airliners in and out of McCarran Airport tonight.
There is one helicopter, though, that people might see flying above them, and that is Mercy Air. And I had a chance to fly along with them earlier this week to find out how they might be used in an emergency. Their job is a tough one.
We're on our own up there.
But this crew would have it no other way. Pilot Bill Langholtz, nurse Marie Lemon, paramedic Steve Corleone. 3 people who pluck patients from the ground and save their lives en route to the hospital.
We're a miniature ER in the air.
They cannot land on the strip. No hotel has a landing pad. But this expert pilot is used to landing on roadways. An emergency on the strip might mean Mercy Air uses Interstate 15 to touch down. Another possibility, Mercy Air lands somewhere on the east side to fly a trauma patient across the crowded strip where vehicles might get stuck.
We've been briefed on it year after year.
But it is the tired tourists falling asleep at the wheel or too anxious to get to America's party who will likely need their help.
The majority of our car accidents are rollovers and the patients are unrestrained.
Most of the drivers who need this flying ER weren't buckled up, and that sometimes means passengers weren't buckled either. This cramped chopper carries a maximum of 2 patients.
Right where you're sitting is where I sit, and I'm kind of in between the 2 patients.
ID bags, syringes, and supplies are kept in small drawers under the patient. Every square inch of the helicopter has a purpose.
Where's your medicine?
Medications are actually behind you in a bag.
No one dies on a Mercy Air flight. It's the policy. Patients who get this ride to the hospital can be sure no one will give up on them in the air. Top-notch people I have the privilege of riding along with. They have another policy, and that's one of safety, and their policy is 3 to go, 1 to know. So if even one of them says, I don't feel comfortable flying in this weather, or I don't feel comfortable flying into that crowd, they don't go, no questions asked.
It makes sense, and it's good to know that they're there this evening. You know, there's a central command post set up this evening in the event of any unforeseen events. Tom Hawley is live at that location. It's at the County Government Center, and Tom, there you have a collection of different law enforcement agencies all working together to make sure that this night goes off without a hitch.
A lot of people are in various parts of the building. They're just not all in this room, and things are kind of quiet now. That's the way we like it here. This is the Emergency Operations Center, and I'll go ahead and throw a $5 word at you: multi-jurisdictional. Metro is the lead agency in this, but they are certainly not the only one involved here. There's also the Clark County Fire Department, the County Office of Emergency Management, Nevada Highway Patrol, the FBI, Clark County Health District, and Clark County Public Works. There are representatives from those agencies who are ready to talk to the media. Not a lot has been going on here so far. There have been 19 arrests on the Strip and in the downtown area, drunk and disorderly, the standard stuff you expect on any New Year's Eve in Las Vegas. However, we've all heard about the heightened security this year. That's why we're here tonight. The Sky 3 is not flying, neither any other general aviation aircraft within about an 11-mile radius of the Las Vegas Strip and all the celebrations. So we're on the ground here, and right now things are calm. That is definitely the way we like it. If anything was to come up of interest, we'd take you over to the briefing center behind me here and give you the full story from there. So we hope it stays quiet here, and we hope it stays a party festive atmosphere everywhere else, like back on the Las Vegas Strip. And that's where we send it back now to you, Kendall and Beth.
Yes, Tom Hawley, it is anything but quiet here.
You were saying how different it is for Tom Hawley tonight in that very quiet Clark County Government Center, but a lot of people having a lot of fun here.
We are counting down to the new year, America's Party 2004, and that great fireworks show.
And coming up, Alicia Jacobs, our entertainment reporter, is going to go shopping with Carrot Top, and you might be surprised to find what they picked out.
But first, here's Mr. Las Vegas, Wayne Newton.
Hi, my name is Wayne Newton. My favorite thing to do on New Year's is to get stark raving drunk and go out and really attack as many ladies as I can find. But since one makes me sick and the other one gets me in jail, my favorite thing to do is to watch everybody else do that and stay out of it.
On New Year's Eve when you think, I can't believe I live in this town.
I can't even hear you. You're sitting right next to me sometimes.
All right, I'll let you go. It is difficult to figure out exactly what to wear on New Year's Eve. I know a lot of women spend a lot of time shopping for the perfect thing, especially with our chilly temperatures.
Yeah, and our entertainment reporter, Alicia Jacobs, enlisted the help of a well-known comedian and took a shopping spree off the Strip.
It just wouldn't be New Year's Eve without all the glitz and glamour. And finding the right outfit can be quite tough sometimes. So I enlisted the help of the one guy that can pull out all the stops, not just on New Year's Eve, but every night. Look out, here comes Carrot Top.
I don't think I'd actually wear that, but...
No self-respecting celebrity would ever consider choosing his own fashions. I mean, wardrobe stylists are right up there with the personal assistant and private yoga instructor. But not for our pal Carrot Top.
No one wants to be Carrot Top stylist. They'd like to be your stylist. I'd like to be your stylist. I got all, I mean, this hat here, this totally says you, doesn't it? It's kind of, yeah.
When you go shopping, you know, what kind of stuff do you look for?
Anything that people say, you wouldn't wear that out, would you? And that's what I buy.
And then that's perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, such as?
If I was going to pick out something for you, I was thinking something more like that.
Oh, you know, vinyl bikini? Oh.
Yeah, don't you think, guys? I'm working for you.
Okay, he is just not getting it. Okay, so like if you and I were going to go to dinner, say,
yeah.
you had to pick out... Yeah.
All right, good.
And you had to pick out like something for you and I to wear.
For dinner? Yeah. Dinner would be a little different. Let's see, maybe something... See, guys shop are like, that's good, how to work. We don't care, do we? Women are like, this is cute. If it fits, it works. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think I've really captured Carrot Top style, but has he captured mine?
Oh, this is mine?
There you go. Yeah, I think I made some good choices.
Oh, those look nice, colorful.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's get started. Can't help a guy for trying, man. Come on.
Okay, this is not gonna.
That's the whole outfit.
No. You gotta do a little bit.
You can double it up. There you go. I found more stuff.
Okay,
That's
all
kinda
right,
fun.
that's more like
I hope I got your size.
Okay,
we'll
let's
find
go.
out. I went smaller just in case.
And now, the moment of truth.
Honey, you look great. This is great. Well, let's go to Burger King like this.
Yeah, let's go.
Good on your egg, you Whopper. Do I have this on right? It's not. It's a woman's trip.
Take 2.
Happy New Year!
Ooh, Happy New Year!
Now you look good.
How about this?
Yes, this is what I need now to accessorize the entire
I'll
thing.
put my pink one back on.
Yeah. All right.
How about that?
Boy.
We're a smashing couple.
We're tourists, aren't we?
You can check out Carrot Top for yourself and probably a lot of those same outfits this Thursday through the 7th at MGM's Hollywood Theater. Reporting from the Las Vegas Strip, Alicia Jacobs, News 3. Back to you.
All right, Alicia, back here live with Kendall, Tenney, and we were talking earlier about how we can't hear each other, and we're right next to each other.
No, I can hear you fine now. I'm with you. And also with us is Dr. Jim talking about this weather that's so important when you talk about fireworks shows.
Dr. Jim, we're hoping the wind and the rain won't delay the party.
Well, that's right. The weather really is cooperating. The winds are right tonight. Now, I'm being joined by about 10,000 of my new best friends who are enjoying the party tonight, having a lot of fun. Now, the weather is really nice right now. We're looking at a little bit of cloud cover. Also, the temperatures are cool, but it still feels very warm. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions. Let's take a look at our current conditions right now. 40 degrees currently, and we're looking at kind of a lot of fun this evening. Let's send it back to you.
That's hysterical. All right, Dr. Jim, we do hope that you are safe, and we really shouldn't be making fun of him because we're up off of the strip out of the crowd safely.
You know, hopefully they'll get that worked out so we can talk to him a little bit later. In the meantime, you can see the countdown clock going. We are just a little more than 40 minutes away from the year 2004.
Stay tuned. Our continuing coverage of America's Party. We'll be right back.
From the world's greatest magic show here at the Sahara, Happy New Year! All acquainted, singing out kids, and never love to my
Hi, I'm Brian Boitano. Happy New Year's, Channel 3.
Welcome back to America's Party 2004, everybody. I am Steve Crupi, and we are 50 floors above the strip, high atop the outdoor lounge here at the Voodoo Lounge at the Rio Hotel. And what an amazing view we are going to have of the fireworks show. This is the view that the pyrotechnicians themselves will have. We're right at the command post where they're controlling the show. Out there in those hotels, they are packed with people dancing the night away. The same thing is happening here at the Rio, where it's a New Year's atmosphere just about every night. Our very own Kim Capozzo went inside, where she got the chance to experience the parade in the sky.
It's sort of like New Year's Eve every day here at the Rio. For instance, you can ride on a float in the masquerade show in the sky. Wondering what I'm talking about? Just come with me.
Their ponchos, whatever's hanging in there, go ahead and put it on. You're gonna look silly in it, all right?
This is my night, like my nightie.
These aren't performers. They're people paying to ride. And just about anyone can go. But you have to have a costume if you're going to be part of the show.
For each theme, there's a different outfit.
And what am I in right now? This is the hippie one or something?
We're in Street Party.
This is Street Party. Okay. It's a street party like no other. It's in the sky, complete with tambourine shaking and hands waving.
It's really fun.
So much fun, these brothers are repeat riders.
Last time we were here, we were on the same float.
Mitchell and Connor will tell you they have the best seats in the house. But this woman may beg to differ, since she's sporting beads from a previous show, which may have you wondering, just how many do they do a day?
shows 7 times a day, and there's new people every time. And it's great to see the kids' faces and how excited they are just to see the show and to get some beads. That's all they wanted, the beads.
Speaking of beads, when I started tossing them down, the kids weren't the only ones doing the grabbing. Up high and down low, it's truly a feast for the senses. Rio Rita, the hotel's hostess, says everywhere you turn there are dancers and even clowns popping into the picture.
So Rio Rita, you're really kind of the star of this show.
Well, we're all a big package. So I'll just say
a very modest Rio Rita.
It's always high energy. It's a good time.
And for those on the ground, it's absolutely free. Those who decide to ride, just $9.95. Is it worth it?
It was cool. Exercise, because that tambourine takes a lot of work.
We'll never forget this. It was very, very nice. I'd come again.
Okay, well, I'm all out of beads, but the Rio is not all out of fun. It doesn't even have to be New Year's Eve. They have Mardi Gras here every day, and you can be on this float. Reporting from the Rio, I'm Kim Capozzo for News 3.
All right, thanks, Kim. Our coverage of America's Party 2004 is just heating up, and when those fireworks begin at 3 minutes before midnight, we'll show it to you from all sorts of angles, from the south end of the Strip all the way up to Fremont Street. We've got cameras just about everywhere. Take a look at one of our live pictures. Down on the Strip, we've got all sorts of cameras that are going to be bouncing back and forth throughout the night. But very first thing on the bill when we come back, Dr. Jim will have more on the weather forecast, but first, here's the Chippendales and Carrot Top.
Hi, we're the Chippendales. We want to wish all our friends at Channel 3 and all of Las Vegas a Happy New Year. Happy New Year!
Hey, this is Carrot Top. Happy New Year, KVBC. Let's get liquored up now. What's up? Don't just lay there like you don't like me. Come on, move, move.
Last we saw Dr. Jim, he was swallowed up in a sea of revelers.
We understand he has security helping him now, and Dr. Jim, we are concerned about your well-being, but let's face it, we're also concerned about our fireworks show. How's it looking?
Everything's looking fantastic. The winds are light, so the fireworks show is going to go off without a hitch. Now, we're at the Harley-Davidson Cafe, so we had a little problem last time. The mob got a little mumbly, so we brought out some of our friends here wearing the leather who are giving us a little bit of protection this evening. Now, we're talking about New Year's resolutions. Now, I have one resolution, and that is to get the forecast right. Some of you might think that's a new one for me. Now, what's your New Year's resolution for this year?
Just to learn French so I can speak to my wife.
You don't really want to talk to her, do you? What's your resolution?
Oh, learn English.
Okay, that's a good one. And yours, sir?
Have a better year than last year.
I can do with that one. And you, sir, what's yours?
None.
None. You know, that might be the safest one because typically, as you know, New Year's resolutions, we have them for about a day or so and then they all go away, don't they? But you know what? It really is a nice evening out here. Overall, weather's fantastic and we're just having a lot of fun. Everybody be safe out there. And the forecast, hey, we're going to see some rain by later on tomorrow afternoon. So enjoy this cool, nice weather while we've got it. Let's go back over to Beth and Kendall.
Dr. Jim, good to see you in one piece there. Thank you very much. The anticipation is building here at Margaritaville at the Flamingo as Las Vegas gets ready to welcome 2004.
When we come back, we're going to take a look at how cities around the world rung in the new year.
But first, some words of wisdom from the king himself, Elvis.
Hey everybody, I just want to wish you and yours a very happy New Year from the Channel 3, everybody, all my friends at Channel 3, everybody in Las Vegas, man. This is me, the King, telling you Happy New Year. And what else? I'm right here, Steve Connolly actually, and I play right here at the Fitzgerald's Hotel and Casino every night except my nights off. And you want to come down here New Year's Eve, it's going to be a great night out. Come on down and see me. I'll be right here.
Watching America's Party 2004 with special celebrity guest appearances by Penn and Teller.
Burton, and the king himself, Elvis. And from the Las Vegas Strip to the Fremont Street Experience, your News 3 cruise with hosts Beth Fisher and Kendall Tenney.
Welcome back to the Strip. I'm Kendall Tenney along with Beth Fisher, and we are counting down the minutes now until the year 2004.
We're just about 30 minutes away from welcoming the new year. Take a look at the crowds on the Las Vegas Boulevard. This is a live picture we're looking at from the Rio camera looking down at the Strip.
This New Year's is a little different from those in years past. There is a lot of extra security because of the heightened terror alert, and that made it difficult to get to the Strip for a lot of people.
Yeah, traffic was very tricky to navigate. Take a look at the live crowds gathered on the Strip. About 300,000 people are expected in Las Vegas. Armed military helicopters are hovering above the Strip tonight to help ensure a safe event.
And what you're looking at now is Fremont Street, also extra security there. A big party going on to welcome in the new year.
That is right underneath the canopy of the Fremont Street Experience. Our mayor was down there live just a little bit earlier saying, look, I'm going to celebrate. We're going to have a party, and enough of the security stuff. Leave it to the professionals to worry about that, and let's just have a good time. And a lot of places around the country have safely rung in the new year already.
Yeah, here's a look at some of the parties going on around the world.
2, 1.
It's already 2004 down under. Sydney was the first major city in the world to welcome in the new year. Fireworks lit up the night sky over the famous Sydney Harbor Bridge. A 20-minute fireworks show was followed by a laser light show. Perhaps the most anticipated light display here in the States, the ball drop in Times Square. 750,000 people attended tonight's event in New York City. Because of the heightened terror alert, there were more than 2,000 police officers in Times Square alone. People ringing in the new year in London were treated to a spectacular show as fireworks lit up the night sky over the Millennium Wheel. Huge crowds in Paris as the 1-mile stretch from the Place de la Concorde to the Arc de Triomphe was covered with tens of thousands of people waiting for the stroke of midnight. 4,500 police covered the area for the festivities. Thousands gathered in Tokyo to ring in the new year. When the clock struck midnight, thousands of balloons were released into the air. As part of an annual tradition, monks rang Tokyo's huge temple bell. And fireworks lit up the sky in Moscow's famed Red Square. Revelers cheered and danced in the streets, braving sub-freezing temperatures to celebrate the arrival of 2004.
And welcome back to America's Party live in Las Vegas. I'm Gerard Ramalho, and this is actually my 3rd year covering the Strip on New Year's Eve. I have a great time doing it. Some people call me crazy, others call me brave, but one thing's for sure, year after year, we always find something or someone who is quite unique or unusual, shall we say. This year we came across a college student who came up with a pretty good idea, I think. He brought along his own portable kissing booth.
Can I have a kiss on the cheek, man, please? It's New Year's. It was actually my Halloween costume, and I said, hey, I could bring it for New Year's too in Vegas, and hopefully it'll work, and so far so good.
How's it going so far?
So far so good, but we're waiting for some more hot ones, hopefully. It says, and hopefully more than just a kiss, you know, it's Vegas, you know. See, once the girls see that, they don't want to kiss again because they're like, that guy's kissed way too many girls. Don't take my idea, everybody. You're going to run me out of business. Yeah. I like that one. Tesla, kiss him.
Well, I've got to admit, I wish I had come up with that idea myself. Believe it or not, some of those girls were actually paying him money for kisses. I tell you what, if you can do that on New Year's Eve, you're doing all right. Coming up a little bit later on this evening, Alicia Jacobs, our entertainment reporter, is going to take us inside Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville and show us some of the entertainment that's going on inside there. Plus, find out the secret ingredients to the KVBC cocktail. But first, here's the master magician, Lance Burton.
Hi, this is Lance Burton. I want to say hi to all my friends at Channel 3 and Happy New Year to everyone in the Valley.
Happy New Year!
New Year's Eve for me is usually what my mom and dad always did, which was to eat ice cream and watch TV. And we don't have a show this year, so I'll be doing that. And I think we were all set to do that, do nothing a couple years ago, and we ended up doing the New Year's Eve party with like Barbara Streisand and Dustin Hoffman and stuff. They hired us because we weren't booked. So that's the wackiest thing we did. But what I like to do most is just have a little bit of ice cream, watch a little bit of TV. And I think Teller just usually goes to sleep early.
Las Vegas is always one big party, and tonight is no exception. In fact, at Margaritaville, the party never ends. Oh, thank you. Calling all parrot heads and everyone else. Jimmy Buffett's new joint truly has something for everyone, and I should know. I checked the place out from top to bottom. I even got in on some of the action. Obviously, the margarita is going to be very popular. What other kinds of things do people order?
Pina coladas, daiquiris, Bahama Mamas, anything tropical, they're drinking it.
And you can make it all?
We can.
So can you make, say, a KVBC cocktail?
Sure.
Whoops.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Good enough. Whoops. You're a lot neater than I am.
Still spilling. A little bit of grenadine.
Ooh, it's actually very pretty.
Drop. Shake it. There we go.
Pull these, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The KVBC cocktail. Margaritaville has everything from live music to erupting volcanoes, mermaids, and even stilt walkers. So on New Year's Eve, people have had a little bit to drink, they're having a good time. Do they kind of get confused at what they're seeing?
They look at you, they take a couple second glances at you. Why don't you come on up there and join us?
Ooh.
Walk around with us.
Okay. Well, it was either stilts or the mermaid costume. I'm a parrot head. They did it. I'm a parrot head. Woo!
It's a normal walk.
It's a normal walk.
Yeah. You walk normal.
Can I, like, head down Las Vegas Boulevard on New Year's Eve like this? I'm walking. Kind of walking. But without a doubt, Las Vegas is the place to be tonight. But no matter where you are, New Year's Eve 2004 is sure to be a memorable one. I'm Alicia Jacobs reporting from way up high at Margaritaville. Back to you.
You know, one of the things that's going to make this memorable for a lot of people is the fireworks show. This year it's called the Celebration of Light, Energy, and Life. There's going to be this year something a little bit different, a 3-minute pre-show that's going to kick off the fireworks show that begins at midnight, which will last 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many drunk people will know that when the fireworks show starts, it's not quite midnight yet. I don't know. They're firing off fireworks from 10 different rooftops up and down the strip. So no matter where you are, you'll have a great view. But we can guarantee our own Steve Crupi has one of the best. He's high atop the Rio at the Voodoo Lounge. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening, Beth and Kendall. And just over 10 minutes ago, we actually saw our first fireworks out here. It was a test shot at the bottom of the hour to let everybody know that midnight was half an hour away. We'll have a lot more on the pyrotechnicians in just a second, but first more on this unprecedented security that we've been talking about. From our vantage point high atop the Rio, we can see down there, that's the intersection of Flamingo and I-15 where traffic has been diverted ever since about 6:30 tonight. But something we have not seen in years past is what you're about to see right underneath those traffic lights, and that is a lineup of dump trucks in order to prevent anyone from crashing through the barricade in a vehicle. Up there in the sky, that's a Metro Police helicopter with his spotlight. This, though, this is the roof of the Rio, and that's the technical equipment that actually controls tonight's fireworks show. And that device right there, that's actually the button that will launch tonight's show.
Yeah, we're ready. We've got 10 crews out there from Excalibur to Stratosphere, and we've done final status checks, final time code checks, and we're just waiting for midnight.
And we've been looking at that security down on ground level. There's a lot of security up here at the Rio as well. A team of Metro police officers, they're guarding the door that leads out to where the pyrotechnicians have that button and all that equipment. They want to make sure that no unauthorized personnel get through that door, but they are counting it down. It is looking very good. They say the weather is great. There's a little bit of a haze in the sky, but the wind is calm. The night is clear. The pyrotechnicians say those 65,000 shells are ready to fly. We'll be here for it. Now back to you, Beth and Kendall.
Steve, thank you. You know, one of the places it's difficult to see the fireworks is down at the Fremont Street Experience because of the canopy. Still, they put on a wonderful show down there. And coming up, we'll go live to Mitch Roberts to see how locals and tourists are ringing in the new year downtown.
But first, here's a New Year's greeting from Frank Marino.
Hi, I'm Frank Marino, star of An Evening at La Cage at the Riviera Hotel, and I just want to wish all of Channel 3's viewers a very happy and healthy New Year.
Welcome back to America's Party 2004. I'm Mitch Roberts coming to you live from Fremont Street down here in downtown Las Vegas. Yeah, we know a lot of my people are having fun on the Strip, but we're doing it old school, right down here where people have been partying for over 50 years. As we take a look at the Four Queens in the Fremont, you can see the crowd is really starting to rock now. It was a little slow in developing in that they're charging everybody who comes out here $35. That keeps the riffraff out of here. $35 just to get in. Then, of course, your drinks and entertainment, gambling extra. They've got dancers on stages down here. They've had some great music as well. The old band War just finished up. We understand one of the local favorite bands, Love Shack, will hit the stage in a little while. It's been rocking down here. We're about 15 minutes away from fireworks and 15 minutes away from a very happy new year here in downtown Las Vegas at the Fremont Street Experience. Now, we have not seen anything out of the ordinary down here as far as security is concerned. There are plenty of uniformed and non-uniformed officers down here, and I have not seen one even close altercation. People are having a great time down here, and just like Mayor Oscar Goodman told us a bit earlier, he planned on having a good party here at the Fremont Street, and everybody is following his lead. We'll send it right now back down on the Strip to Beth and Kendall.
Thank you very much, Mitch Roberts. You know, Kendall, hats are all the craze down here on New Year's Eve, even crazy eyewear. Nice, nice.
It's going to mess up the do, but I'll put it on during the commercial.
All right.
You know, a lot of people here, and the anticipation is building as 300,000 people, that's the estimate, are waiting to ring in the new year.
Stay with us. We'll have more on that. First, here's a New Year's message from Clint Holmes.
Hi, I'm Clint Holmes at Harrah's Las Vegas, wishing a Happy New Year to all my friends at Channel 3.
Hi, I'm Oscar Goodman, your mayor, and I want to say to all my friends at Channel 3 and all the residents of the great city of Las Vegas, Happy New Year. I want it to be healthy, safe, and prosperous for all of us, and I have a New Year's resolution. I'm going to be a good fella all year. For old acquaintance be forgot and never... I forget the rest.
Welcome back to America's Party. I'm Gerard Ramalho, live on the Las Vegas Strip, and we are at Caesar's Palace, directly across from the world-famous Flamingo Hotel. And I'm out here with about 350,000 of my closest friends. And in case you didn't hear that correctly, we want to walk over here and show you this sea of people that is out here. Again, it is 350,000 people down here on the Strip, and all of these people out here are trying to get a good vantage point. They all want to be able to watch the fireworks closely, and we'll take the camera up high there so that you can see. Oh yes, definitely some partying going on out here. And we pulled a very handsome couple out of the crowd to talk to for a few minutes. Come on over here, guys. This is Boise and Sabina. Boise, first of all, where are you from?
I'm from New York City, but I live in Switzerland, Zurich.
Okay, so you're from New York City, yeah. And you come out here to enjoy the real party, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. And Sabina, tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
From Germany, all the way from Germany?
Yes.
All right. How do you say Happy New Year in German?
Gesundes neues Jahr.
All right, Happy New Year in German. Fair enough. I see you dressed for the occasion.
Yes, we're partying in Caesar's Palace.
Okay, what do you think about Las Vegas so far on New Year's Eve?
It's more spectacular than anything I've ever seen in my life. And I'm from New York.
There you have it from a New Yorker himself. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you both. Spectacular, a good word for what's happening out here tonight. Again, this crowd just waiting for the fantastic fireworks show that's going to start very shortly now. Right now, though, I want to send it back up to my colleague, Steve Crupi. He's live at the Rio. Steve.
Well, Gerard, the Rio is essentially mission control for tonight's big show. They tell us the countdown begins at 3 minutes before the hour. You'll start seeing a series of fireworks beginning 3 minutes before midnight. They'll go off periodically, and then at 30 seconds, T-minus 30 seconds, there'll be a large burst. Then more shells will continue going off until the big blast straight up at midnight. Then it lasts for 8 minutes. They say one of the best effects tonight is going to be something they call the jackpot. It's a tribute to Las Vegas with a lot of gold and silver designed to simulate hitting a large slot machine jackpot in a casino. Our coverage continues now. Let's send it down to Fremont Street and Mitch Roberts.
Okay, welcome to Fremont Street. The band is cranking. Things are getting wacky. Just moments before midnight right now. You know you're going to have a good time with just about everybody you see has a big football-sized drink in their
Well, right now we're down here at the Harley-Davidson where there's a lot of people working tonight, not just also celebrating. And right now Carol's joining me. How's business been tonight here at the bar?
It's been great. Lots of people from everywhere. Good money.
Now, you're not taking advantage of anybody drinking too much, are you?
No.
Why do I have a hard time believing her on that one, huh? Hey, but the weather's fantastic, the winds are light, and that also means the fireworks show is going to go off without a hitch this evening. For now, let's go back to Kendall and Beth.
Dr. Jim, great to see you doing well without all the mobbing you. Welcome back. Beth Fisher alongside Kendall, Tenney, and we're having a great time here at Margaritaville at the Flamingo. Having a good time.
It is, and it is packed down here. We're probably at one of the most crowded locations just around Caesar's Palace, and as we've said before, the estimate anyway is for 300,000 people to be here. When you tried to get here, for the folks that did try to get here tonight, they went through a sea of security. Everywhere we look right now, we can see Metro officers on horseback and on foot, and to get to the Strip after 8 o'clock was next to impossible.
Yeah, we just saw Metro's helicopter flying high above as well, and I have to tell you, Kendall and I have seen a few small skirmishes. Metro is right there on top of it. They're acting very quickly, and they are not taking any chances with this crowd. Even if someone's had a little too much to drink and they start shoving and fighting, Metro's right there to take care of it. They want to make sure everyone has a safe New Year.
We even had a skirmish right next to us down here, and we watched how they moved through the sea of people linked arm in arm so that they didn't get separated. They did a great job of handcuffing the guy and taking him away.
Yeah, it's actually been fascinating to watch Metro officers navigate their way through the crowd. You can tell they've had a tremendous amount of training. We've also seen Metro officers on horseback. The horses are having a difficult time. I feel a little bit sorry for them. It's awfully noisy and crowded down here for the animals.
In the meantime, we are just 4 minutes and 40 seconds away from 2004. And again, what's going to happen this year is a little bit different. Instead of waiting until the stroke of midnight, 3 minutes before midnight, pre-show begins before the 8-minute fireworks show.
So we're about a minute and a half away before the big show begins. Keep it right here, tuned to News 3. We have cameras all up and down the Strip, as you've seen all night long. Thank you for joining us for our coverage of America's Party. So you're going to have a great view from right where you are.
Have you made any New Year's resolutions? Is that the type of thing you do every year?
You know, I kind of do the usual, eat a little better, spend a little more time at the gym, and I don't know, you know, I'd say after swimsuit season, they go down the toilet. How about you?
You know, this year I think I want to learn a little bit more about technology, be able to run my email a little bit better, and you know, learn a little bit more about computers than I have in the past. But I'm like you. I have the same resolutions every year to get in shape, to start exercising more. Eating better has never been a strong suit, so I just have a resolve to work out more.
Yeah, I think a lot of these people are going to resolve tomorrow to stop drinking. We're just about 30 seconds before the fireworks show kicks off. You're looking at a fabulous fabulous shot here of the Fremont Street Experience, and they always put on a great sky show there in the canopy down at the Fremont Street.
Okay, we're going to back off in just about 18 seconds here, but just to remind you, 10 different launching locations for this $500,000 fireworks spectacular that's starting right now.
And the crowd loves it. Happy New Year, everyone. We're just going to sit back and watch the show with you. That was just a quick little sample as they make sure that all the fireworks are calibrated and that they're all in sync, ready to go. They told us that would happen, and now any second we expect the show to begin.
This stretches all the way from the Stratosphere to the Excalibur, launched again at 10 different locations, and we have about a dozen cameras around the city, so you're going to see a great view of this show. And as it happens every year on the Strip, we don't have an official countdown clock. There's no ball like there is on Times Square. So there are a lot of premature celebrations as a result.
Well, that's okay. They've been prematurely celebrating since about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Kendall and I were saying earlier, we have never seen crowds like this on the Las Vegas Strip, so concerns about security did not keep people away from America's party.
And, you know, even though Dr. Jim told everybody to bundle up, and a lot of people did, we've seen a lot of people who are wearing next to nothing running around here on the Strip, and evidently they're very warm because they've been imbibing throughout the night.
Well, and they're warm because they're dancing in the streets. I mean, as you look at the crowds, here we go. We'll be quiet and let you enjoy the show, everybody.
See you in 2004. How about that? And now someone untying my shoe as we speak. All right, good to see you. You know, a lot of people did enjoy that show. All right, that's enough. It was a great show. $500,000 worth right there, and it was well worth it, I think, for the crowd that really did go crazy over that.
We loved it. I have to tell you, the one thing I missed this year were the beautiful shots we always get from Sky 3. However, we'll all give up those beautiful shots from Sky 3 if it means we're a little bit safer. And when I talked to the Director of Homeland Security for the state of Nevada earlier today, he said, look, we're going to do whatever it takes to keep people safe. You should go celebrate and let us worry about doing our jobs. And it appears as if they've done it.
They were very adamant about that, and honestly, comparing the security from last year to this, it is night and day.
Yes.
And it was tight last year, but this year, really, to get to the Strip after 8 o'clock was a mission, because which I had to do. I had to go through different layers of security just to get to this point right here. So they did a great job. People are having a good time, and the party's going to continue for quite a while out here on the Strip.
And our newscast is going to continue as well. When we come back, a whole lot more of America's Party, plus some of the top stories of 2003.
But first, here is Mac King.
Howdy, I'm Mac King, star of the Mac King Comedy Magic Show here at Harrah's, Las Vegas. And the greatest thing that ever happened to me on New Year's, I was doing a show on the road. My wife, Jennifer, she wasn't my wife at the time, showed up at midnight 200 miles away, had driven through a blizzard just to see me and to wish me a Happy New Year. So Happy New Year to you, too.
Stay tuned for more of America's Party 2004.
Should old acquaintance be... Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing. I'm singing with you.
Yeah, in your head, in your heart. It's that song that we all love to sing around New Year's Eve, only most of us don't know the words.
It's one of those when it gets to the part you're just like, da, 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 da. Well, we thought it would be funny to see how local entertainers handled the song, so here is their version of Old Lang Syne.
Ready? 2, 3, 4.
Should old acquaintance be forgot
and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot
And never... I forget the rest.
And never brought to mind.
Well, I don't know. Why do you want to forget the old acquaintances anyway? I never, maybe because you're doing the wrong, I don't know.
All right, check it out. Verse 2. Should old acquaintance be forgot?
I love this song.
Oh, you don't want me to sing on TV, dude. Clint Holmes, eat your heart out.
None compared to me.
4 days of old lang syne, my dear. La 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 la.
Should old acquaintance be forgot?
And days of old lang syne. Wayne Newton, Celine, Clint Holmes, and Sheena.
Let me do that again.
And I'm drunk as hell.
Old lang syne.
In days of old lang syne. Happy New Year to everybody here in Vegas. Have a great 2004. Better than that.
Yeah, Clint Holmes sounded pretty good. You're not going to get me to sing that anytime tonight, unfortunately, but I'll certainly listen to it. Hey, what an incredible show we just experienced, wasn't it? From this vantage point, I tell you what, part of the advantage was that we could see the fireworks from several different rooftops, and of course, people out here still having a good time, and the party continues even though the fireworks are over.
Trying to get everybody under control, I tell you. You take your life into your own hands out here, definitely.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, my friend. Dr. Jim Siebert is at the Harley-Davidson Cafe tonight. He's been enjoying the fireworks show as well, and we'll send it over to Dr. Jim. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Gerard. You know, we had a whole bunch of people here, but when Kendall and Beth started singing, they all left. I'm not sure why that was, but you know what? It was a fantastic place to be here at the Harley-Davidson Cafe to see the show tonight. The fireworks were just all around us, and a lot of kissing was going on as well. In fact, our Sat Trek operator, Ty, tried to kiss me, but we will do it maybe next year. Right now, we're still enjoying a lot of fun. People are ringing in the new year with a lot of celebrations. Another good thing, though, even though we had light winds tonight so we could get the fireworks show off, we have just enough wind this evening that's now blowing away most of that smoke, so we're having nice weather down here. Things are still cool. It's beautiful. Don't forget, it's going to rain by tomorrow afternoon, so we're going to start the new year with more rain. And by the way, 2003 was the 7th wettest year ever in Las Vegas. Hopefully we'll have a little more rain and a little more fun. But for more fun, we're going to go down to the Fremont Street Experience with Mitch Roberts. Mitch?
Welcome to Fremont Street, where right now a disc jockey has just jumped on the stage laying out a little Doobie Brothers for the people here. And man, it was great being down here right when the clock struck midnight. The place went crazy, of course, as you're accustomed to. Fremont Street had the big show on the canopy up above, but then down below they had all kinds of confetti that they were blowing up through big hoses, and the place went absolutely nuts. It's been a great time down here, and I'm kind of surprised. It is chilly down here under the Fremont Street Experience. I kind of figured after the clock ticked midnight that everyone would head back inside the casinos, but it's nothing like that. I don't think anybody's gone inside. They want to stay out here and party it up for a while, and they are doing just that. I'd have to say that Oscar Goodman and everybody involved with Las Vegas would be proud of how this went down here. No major problems to report. Everybody just having a fantastic time, as I'm sure they all over Las Vegas. Right now, we send it to Steve Crupi to find out what's happening his way. Steve?
Well, Mitch, Dr. Jim mentioned that smoke from the fireworks. The fireworks were, of course, beautiful, but that smoke in its own way is kind of beautiful as well. We'll pan over here to the MGM Grand, and the green lights from the MGM are lighting up that cloud. It's an emerald cloud hanging over the MGM Grand. It was an amazing spectacle out here. This is the 4th year in a row that we've had fireworks on New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, and the organizers of the event say it's essentially become an annual tradition now. It has been so successful these past 4 years that they're going ahead with it year after year after year. They say they don't want to have another New Year's Eve in Las Vegas without fireworks like this, and their big goal every year is to make the show just a little bit better. From high atop the Rio, I'm Steve Crupi. Let's send it down now to Beth and Kendall on the Boulevard.
All right, Steve, thank you. I have 2 observations. One, Mitch is right. No one's heading inside here either. Observation number 2, anybody else notice how when all those men mobbed Dr. Jim, he called for security, and then when he's surrounded by babes, he doesn't need security anymore? Am I the only one who caught on to that?
He deserved a shot back after he ripped on your singing like that. How dare he? You know, 2003 was a really busy year. A lot of major news stories along the way. Of course, the war in Iraq, you had the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster, and then finally, most recently, the capture of Saddam Hussein.
We want to take a look back right now at some of the stories that made headlines and changed our lives forever.
Saddam Hussein and his sons must leave Iraq within 48 hours.
The shock and awe campaign rocks Iraq. Headed toward Baghdad tonight are the tanks and troops of the powerful U.S. 3rd Infantry.
The Space Shuttle Columbia exploded 40 miles over Texas minutes before its scheduled landing.
The Columbia's lost. There are no survivors.
The debris rained down in a path hundreds of miles long.
A promise here to move on safer than before and always with an eye to the frontier, open to those bold enough to imagine it.
A horrific fire raced through a nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island, trapping and killing dozens of patrons. Investigators appears pyrotechnics used by the headliner heavy metal band Great White may be to blame.
19-year-old Army Private Jessica Lynch, both legs broken and armed too, but rescued last night
The 7 American POWs rescued after 3 weeks in Iraqi captivity.
If a picture paints 1,000 words,
the National Weather Service has logged more than 240 tornadoes nationwide. Mother Nature keeping a tight grip on the Midwest and South.
Over 500,000 acres have been charred, 1,500 homes destroyed, and 16 people killed.
Hurricane Isabel carved up the North Carolina and Virginia coastlines. Winds above 100 miles per hour, a face-off of man against nature, and nature has dealt many knockout blows to homes and other property. The president arrived on the Lincoln Thursday in Navy style.
Major combat operations in Iraq have ended.
Still no confirmation on what brought that Black Hawk down just north of Decrete here.
It is now confirmed that all 6 individuals on board were killed in the crash.
Another bloody ambush on U.S. soldiers in Iraq.
More U.S. troops have now died in post-war Iraq than they did in major combat.
I'm going to run for governor of the state of
Gray Davis is accused of mismanaging taxpayer money, contributing to the state's $38 billion budget deficit.
It is my duty today to certify the first recall election of a governor in California history.
I, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
do so.
It's real.
Elizabeth Smart was safe and coming home.
She was kidnapped from her bedroom. Police say Elizabeth was taken cross-country. Part of the time, Elizabeth was in Salt Lake City, veiled and wearing a wig, but no one reported recognizing her.
Ongoing violence threatens to derail peaceful self-rule.
Eric Robert Rudolph eluded capture for 5 years. Rudolph was found in Murphy, North Carolina.
Charges were filed against Kobe Bean Bryant.
The charge, a Class 3 felony sexual assault with a possible sentence of 4 years to life in prison.
We're going to fight these false accusations.
Santa Barbara County authorities claim pop star Michael Jackson molested at least one child who they say is ready to testify.
It was supposed to be a surprise for American troops, and it was.
I was just looking for a warm meal somewhere.
A holiday morale booster from a commander-in-chief to his embattled troops in the field.
December the 13th, United States military forces captured Saddam Hussein alive.
Of course, a lot of local stories this year as well. I mean, you had the seemingly endless string of political scandals, and then another so-called 100-year flood.
Yeah, a lot going on. You spent a lot of time up in Carson City this year as well as they were hashing out funding for education. I spent some time in Carson City as they were hashing out the medical malpractice crisis. A lot happening locally, and I have to tell you, we were prepared in case a lot happened tonight, and we are so grateful that thus far it's just been a great party.
Amen to that. When we come back, the RJ's John L. Smith is going to join us and make some very unlikely predictions for the year 2004. Hear what he has to say about 2004 and what it holds for Michael Jackson and Sandy Murphy.
That alone will keep you around, but first, here's comedian Joe Trammell.
Hi, I'm Joe Trammell here at the Riviera Hotel and Casino, along with the Crazy Girls, and we'd like to wish you and Channel 3 a very happy new year. Girls, that's your cue. Girls, say Happy New Year. It's a little cold tonight.
Hi, I'm Brian McKnight. Happy New Year, Channel 3.
Happy New Year's, Channel 3. This is Smokey Robinson.
It's the Black Eyed Peas. We want to wish Channel 3 a Happy New Year and everybody in the surrounding Nevada areas. Keep it safe.
Yeah, we mentioned some of the stories that have happened locally, and we alluded to the political corruption scandal involving city council members, county leaders, and strip clubs. Also, the state Supreme Court granting Rick Tabish and Sandra Murphy a new trial. That was another big story this year.
Yeah, one of the people who always keeps us in the scoop on all of these stories is our very own John L. Smith, and we asked John L. Smith to give us some of his unlikely predictions for the new year.
Hi,
John L. Smith from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. If there's one way to make a big fool out of yourself at the start of a year, it's to try to make predictions for that year, especially here in Las Vegas. I mean, come on, who could have predicted that we'd elect a mob lawyer mayor? Well, I've got a few predictions for this year, and yeah, they're probably foolish and won't come true, but who knows? Check back with me at the end of the year. My first one has to do with Michael Jackson. Now, there are a lot of folks who say he wants to move out of Neverland Ranch and move into Las Vegas somewhere. But that means he's going to have to buy a place and name it. So what's he going to name that place? I got to believe it's going to be called Never Catch Me Land, Never Indict Me Land, maybe Never Convict Me Land. Okay, you didn't like that one, but here's another one. You've heard of Ghilardi Enterprises. Those are the folks embroiled in that political corruption scandal. They can't handle their own topless bars anymore, but someone's going to handle them. Who will it be? Who'll become the new owner? I don't know, but his initials are Michael McDonald. And who's going to be the new head dancer there at Cheetah's? Aaron Kenny? Hey, wake up. In 2004, Mayor Oscar Goodman makes the cover of National Geographic. The people found out how old his liver is. Hey, wait a minute, come back. I'm not finished yet. I still have a couple more predictions. How about this one? The second time around, Sandy Murphy, will she be convicted of murder? No, she won't. But she will be convicted of fashion offenses, felonious in nature. Remember that first time through, that first trial? Everyone was looking at her fashion. They should have been looking at the facts. Okay, one final prediction. I'm really starting to miss Siegfried and Roy. These guys are great icons. They're great Las Vegans. Unfortunately, with the tragic mauling, Roy's not available. But that means Siegfried's got to get a new partner for that act. So who can it be? How about Siegfried and Ray? You know, Ray Romano, because everybody loves Ray. It's a good bet none of those predictions are going to come true, but I hope all yours do. Have a great and prosperous new year. Take care.
I'll tell you, if anyone has a good idea what's going to be happening in the future, it certainly is John L. Smith. I'm Gerard Ramalho, live on the Strip, and I'm just now starting to get my hearing back. The crowds out here are starting to dissipate somewhat, but what these people don't know is that the majority of them are going to be stuck here for probably another couple of hours. The good news here tonight is that Metro is not reporting any major incidents. Of course, there were a number of arrests for drunk and disorderly conduct, that sort of thing, but nothing major, and we're all very thankful for that. Overall, just a great time, a great show out here, a great vantage point in front of Caesar's Palace. Another great vantage point tonight was up on the Rio, and that's where my colleague Steve Crupi is. Steve, we'll send it up to you.
Well, Gerard, I'll introduce him right away. This is the man with the plan for the big fireworks show, Jim Souza of Pyro Spectaculars. It was your baby. What do you think?
Oh, I'm real pleased. It's a great New Year's. It's here. It's a perfect night. Couldn't have had any better weather, and I was real happy with the show, and I love the colors, and I love to hear the crowd all the way from the Rio. We can hear the cheers all the way on the Strip, and that's so exciting.
Now look at these pictures. I mean, this is the first time you're seeing what it looked like. What do you think?
Well, it looked just like the original design, so everything's going off just we planned it. All the 10 locations are going in perfect synchronization. That's just great.
Now you had some new special effects this year. The jackpot. What's next for the next time you do the show?
Well, I'm going to go start thinking about that right now. But I'd like to see some more gold and make some bigger things here. I'm looking for some new and exciting things already.
All right, great work. That's
right,
Jim Souza of Pyro Spectaculars, and he says next year he's going to do the show again. He's going to make it bigger and better. And so that's it from high atop the Rio Hotel. The fireworks have been great. Let's send it now down back to the Boulevard and Beth and Kendall.
All right, Steve, thanks a lot. And we are starting to see the Strip thin out a little bit, but still pretty crowded out here, as a lot of people are going to make this party last for as long as possible into the wee hours of the morning.
We have seen a lot of Metro officers down here, as we've been telling you all night long. And just a few minutes ago, we saw a parade of Metro cars and some detention cars, look like paddy wagons, and some ambulances making their way down the center of the Strip. They've been able to keep that center few lanes open for any sort of emergency vehicles, as they've done in years past. And it's worked quite well this year. It seems like they haven't had too many problems from where we've been able to see.
Yeah, and again, we have a single vantage point next to Caesar's Palace, one of the most crowded spots around the Strip. But you're right, they have done a good job of keeping it orderly, and they have people moving up and down the Strip. The flow has been good the whole time, and I think just about everyone out here has had an enjoyable time, at least from the sound of it they have.
We have crews all up and down the strip. Of course, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Mitch Roberts has been down at the Fremont Street Experience. Dr. Jim Siebert down at the Harley-Davidson Cafe. Steve Crupi, Gerard Ramalho, and we need to thank our fabulous crew right down here with us. Rocky, thank you. Miles, thank you.
Rich Jacobino has had a phone attached to his ear the entire night, communicating back and forth, doing a great job. Thanks to all the folks back at the station, too, who have made this possible. Chenier and Sue Ellen, and the list goes on and on. We have enjoyed being with you tonight, and we thank you for making this New Year's coverage part of your festivities and letting us into your home this evening.
And we hope that you will continue to do that in the new year. We hope that you keep it to News 3 in 2004. For now, we'll sign off. Thanks for joining us for America's Party.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for once again making Channel 3 the most watched television station in Southern Nevada. #1 in the mornings.
Apartment complex up in flames.
#1 in the afternoon.
It's actually the busiest travel day of the year.
#1 in the evening.
In just a moment, but first, some breaking news.
And #1 in late night.
Good evening to you.
From when you wake up to when you go to bed. From your favorite shows to the #1 rated newscast. More viewers turn to one station, Channel 3, where news comes first.